a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Queen Sofia of Spain. Sofia of Greece and Denmark is a member of the Spanish royal family who served as Queen of Spain during the reign of her husband, King Juan Carlos I, from 1975 to 2014. Queen Sofia is the first child of King Paul of Greece and Frederica of Hanover. As her family was forced into exile during the Second World War, she spent part of her childhood in South Africa, returning to Greece in 1946. She completed her secondary education in a boarding school in Germany before returning to Greece, where she specialized in childcare, music, and archaeology. She married Juan Carlos, son of the Spanish pretender Infante Juan, on the 14th of May 1962, with whom she had 3 children, Elena, Cristina, and Felipe. She became queen upon her husband's accession in 1975. On the 19th of June 2014, Juan Carlos abdicated in favor of their son, Felipe VI. Early life. Princess Sofia of Greece and Denmark was born on the 2nd of November 1938, in Psychiko, Athens, Greece, the eldest child of King Paul and his wife, Queen Frederica. Sofia is a member of the Schleswig-Holstein-Sonderburg-Glucksburg dynasty. Her brother is the deposed King Constantine II, and her sister is Princess Irene. Princess Sofia spent some of her childhood in Egypt, where she took her early education in El Nasser Girls' College in Alexandria. She lived in South Africa during her family's exile from Greece during World War II. They returned to Greece in 1946. She finished her education at the prestigious Schloss Salem boarding school in southern Germany, and then studied childcare, music and archaeology in Athens. She also studied at Fitzwilliam College, Cambridge, now, though not then, a constituent college of the University of Cambridge. She represented Greece, alongside her brother Constantine, as a reserve member of the gold medal-winning sailing team in the 1960 Summer Olympics. Marriage and family. Sofia met her paternal third cousin, the then Infante Juan Carlos of Spain, on a cruise in the Greek islands in 1954. They met again at the wedding of the Duke of Kent, her paternal second cousin, at York Minster in June 1961. The couple married on the 14th of May 1962. At the Catholic Cathedral of St. Dionysius in Athens. The bride's gown was made by Jean Desses, and she was attended by her sister Princess Irene of Greece and Denmark, the groom's sister Infanta Pilar of Spain, and Sofia's future sister-in-law Princess Anne-Marie of Denmark, along with Princess Irene of the Netherlands, Princess Alexandra of Kent, Princess Benedict of Denmark, Princess Anne of Orléans and Princess Tatiana Radziwiłł. Sofia converted from Greek Orthodoxy to Roman Catholicism, to become more palatable to Catholic Spain, and thus relinquished her rights to the Greek throne. Along with this, the usual Latinization of her Greek name was changed from Sofia to the Spanish variant, Sofia. In 1969, Infante Juan Carlos, who was never Prince of Asturias, was given the official title of Prince of Spain by the Spanish state. Sofia herself had suggested the title. Juan Carlos succeeded to the throne in 1975, upon the death of Francisco Franco. The couple have 3 children, Elena, Cristina, and Felipe. Their 4 grandsons and 4 granddaughters are Felipe and Victoria de Maricela y de Borbón, Juan, Pablo, Miguel, and Irene Dangaran y de Borbón, and Leonor, Princess of Asturias, and Sofia, all of whom are in the line of succession to the Spanish throne. Activities. Besides accompanying her husband on official visits and occasions, Queen Sofia also has solo engagements. She is executive president of the Queen Sofia Foundation, which in 1993 sent funds for relief in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and is honorary president of the Royal Board on Education and Care of Handicapped Persons of Spain, as well as the Spanish Foundation for Aid for Drug Addicts. She takes special interest in programs against drug addiction, traveling to conferences in both Spain and abroad. The Museo Nacional Centro de Arte Reina Sofia is named after her, as is Reina Sofia Airport in Tenerife. Queen Sofia is often seen representing the Spanish royal family at weddings of other European royalty, most recently at the wedding of Victoria, Crown Princess of Sweden, and Daniel Westling in 2010. and the wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton in 2011. Her husband had earlier expressed his wish that he not attend such royal functions. The Queen is an honorary member of the San Fernando Royal Academy of Fine Arts and of the Spanish Royal Academy of History. She was received honorary doctorates from the universities of Rosario, Valladolid, Cambridge, Oxford, Georgetown, Evora, St. Mary's University, and New York. A keen supporter of sport, the Queen also attended the final match of the 2010 Wimbledon Championships men's singles, where she watched Spanish tennis champion Rafael Nadal win for a second time, as well as the 2010 FIFA World Cup, where the Spanish team was crowned as world champion. Queen Sofía has been honorary president of the Spanish UNICEF Committee since 1971. She has been working closely with Dr. Mohamed Yunus on his Grameen Bank, which offers microcredits to women across the world. Queen Sofía has traveled to Bangladesh, Chile, Colombia, El Salvador and Mexico to support the activities of the organization, led by Yunus. Queen Sofía has also been a strong supporter of Somali Mam's efforts and of the NGO she founded, in combating child prostitution and slavery in Cambodia. In 1998, Mam was awarded the prestigious Prince of Asturias Award for International Cooperation in her presence. In July 2012, the Queen visited the Philippines for a fourth time. She inspected several development projects around the former Spanish colony that her country's government is funding via the Agencia Española de Cooperación Internacional para el Desarrollo. She visited the National Library, National Museum and the University of Santo Tomas. She also met with Spanish nationals residing in the Philippines, and attended a reception at the Spanish Embassy. She also attended a state dinner in her honor, at Malacañang Palace hosted by President Benigno Aquino III. Abolition of the Greek monarchy. The then Princess Sofía was in Greece on a private visit to her brother, King Constantine II, when the 1967 Greek military coup took place. Since then, he has been stripped of his title, citizenship and property in Greece. Queen Sofía visited Greece in the form of the Hellenic Republic briefly for the funeral of her mother in 1981, and then again in 1998 when she and her husband paid an official visit as guests of the then President Konstantinos Stephanopoulos. Fashion. Sofía is considered one of the most fashionable royals in Europe and there is always interest in her clothing at royal events. After becoming queen, she gained the privilege of wearing white before the Pope, as opposed to the black donned by other visitors who do not have the title Catholic monarch. Opinions. She has expressed opinions on policy including her criticism of the military intervention in Afghanistan, where Spanish troops were taking part at the time, her defense of religious education in schools, and her conviction that gender violence publicity will encourage new cases to occur. Her opinions were subjected to lively criticism by LGBT associations and Spanish intellectuals. Also responding were Spanish Republican political parties like RU and ERC. The governing PSOE decided to keep silent, while the conservative opposition PP also did so, after initial criticism of the Queen from one of its representatives. A biography published in May 2012 claims that the Queen is a vegetarian who dislikes bullfighting. Social conservatism. On the occasion of her 70th birthday, she made a number of conservative ideological statements on issues then being debated in Spanish society. These statements were published by the Opus Dei journalist Pilar Urbano, and included Queen Sofía's rejection of same-sex marriage, rejection of gay pride celebration, anti-abortion position and defense of religious education in schools. Her opinions produced great unrest among progressive sectors of Spanish society, and prompted criticism of her for getting involved in partisan opinions against her constitutional mandate. Titles and honors. Sofía was appointed to the Grand Cross of the Royal and Distinguished Order of Charles III on 10 May 1962 and to the Royal Order of Queen Maria Luisa on 14 May 1962. The Queen of Spain was appointed to the Collar of the Royal and Distinguished Order of Charles III as Dame on 31 October 1983. Since then, Queen Sofía has received different appointments and decorations by more than 40 foreign states. Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Would you like to know more?